this episode of Leading Sheep's electric fencing webinar series, Ilfracombe and Traprock sheep producer Alan Forrest provides some top tips on how to avoid design faults.
The most important piece of information I think I was given when I started running goats was to carry the earth. So, you know, that's about the first three rules of electric fencing, especially in any dry country or areas where, you know, you're doing long distances. Just make sure you carry that earth in your fence back to the energiser. And if you see that at some stage it might be a bit difficult to do that, and you think, well, maybe it's you know, maybe I don't need to do it, that's when you sort of need to give yourself an uppercut and work out a way to get it back, because you just get so much more if you can make that circuit, give the animal as many possible chances as it can as completing a circuit and getting a shock. Down to energisers, as Rob said, even though he's Gallagher, there's a lot of, you know, good and different products out there. I use a mix of different products. When I started the goat project, I went into Elders in Longridge and I bought the biggest unit they could supply me, the biggest battery solar powered unit, which I've never regretted. So, you know, in my view, work out what you want and then double it, or just go and get the biggest one that they make at the time. Because as Noel said, once you've got it, once it's working, you'll see so many opportunities just to, you know, I can add this to it and I can go here, and so it just saves you, it gives you the, you know, the maximum initial power to train stock when they're not familiar with electricity, and then the versatility to just keep extending that without having to then go and upgrade your energiser. So, yeah, on that slide, the highlight there is potential faults, which Rob also mentioned, you know, the time checking faults. The fence in that photo, a similar design to that, with products that are designed for electric fencing, all new, no old wire, no barbs, no, you know, that fence there requires very, very, very little maintenance. I use a slightly different configuration here where I use 8 wires rather than 7, and, you know, apart from an animal being spooked, chased into the fence, or in the initial phase where they don't realise it's electric, getting tangled up, but usually after the first couple of weeks you'll very, very rarely have to do anything to a brand new electrified fence like that. On that, you know, using products that are designed for it, you know, cost cutting due to say, well, I won't bother using joint clamps, I'll just tie the wires together. Every place that you've got gaps with you know, where electricity's joining, you're going to get voltage leak. You get enough of them, it just sort of crucifies the power that you were trying to put down the fence. So, you know, in my view, electric fencing is very cost effective compared to a conventional fence that you feel would, you know, control animals to that level. So you're better off spending that money rather than trying to cheapen it up a little bit more by cutting corners. So when you're designing a fence, you know, talking to someone the likes of Rob, who, you know, knows what products are available, what products should be used, I think is you know, as important as speaking to someone who's, you know, used electric fencing themselves, because products can continually be changed and improved. So it's always worthwhile to touch base with your produce agent or electric fence rep and just see what's available as of today. And having talked to Rob as we were setting this up and talking about some of the new things that that Gallagher's actually working on with, you know, remote sensors on the fence. I feel it's just going to increase the value of electric fences when you know, you don't have to physically get out of a vehicle and make sure you've got power if something's going to go wrong with that fence. Potentially it can ring your mobile phone and tell you there's a problem. I think, you know, that sort of remote monitoring is going to be a great leap forward in electric fences.